Good day, YouTube. Today is Sunday. It's the 20th of September, 2020, and this is my new to me 1988 club car golf cart. It is powered by a 8.5 horsepower Kawasaki engine. It is a true, barn find. There's my 64 Cushman golf cart. Yep, got to start another one. So right off the bat, we have to kind of determine what's not here. I'm not sure how and where to get parts for them. I reached out a little bit to folks on one of the forums. I'm not sure what the availability of like used parts. I don't know if there's a scrapyard for these things or what. It would be nice. I could get some stuff off of it. Almost be nice to have one for parts or something. I don't know. I thought the tires were totally junk from the photographs that I saw. The back ones are weather checked and were flat, but I aired them up and they're holding air. Seem to be holding air. Front ones are actually way better than I thought they were, and they're not weather checked or anything. There's a marketplace listing that I responded to yesterday before I even got the golf cart on a full set of 4 tires, wheels, and hubcaps for $100. And I think I'm going to grab those as soon as I understand, hopefully today, that the engine's okay and I didn't buy a parts machine. With that, it's time to get into what's here, what's not here. Right off the bat, yesterday, because their ad said, put a battery in it, it will run, and I walked up to it and there was no wire on the spark plug at all. There is a coil all the way to the back, but I'm not sure about the high tension lead or where that is. So that, just get it in the shop now and just start and have a look at it. Second thing is, I put the battery charger on this battery, which had a date tag on it of 2007, which typically means it's done, it's gone. However, I put a 50 amp charge on it for a while. Well, it wasn't putting 50 amps in it, but I set my charger to that, or 250 rather. I put a test light on it, did the Musty One kind of test light test, and it might be taking a charge, so it might be at least enough for testing purposes. It will get the thing running, driving, and we'll stick a new battery in it. But for now, I'm gonna keep the charger on it and see what happens. The next thing, and probably the most important thing, right there was the shifter to shift this from forward to neutral to reverse. And it moved the cable. The cable is here. The shifter has been robbed. So here's the cable. Okay. But the whole shifter mechanism, there's a piece that holds it here, and then there's the business end down here, and then coming through this firewall is a shifter that would move the cable in and out and cable shift the gears. I don't have that. It was more than just a cable. There was a couple limit switches in it, like those, which allowed this thing to start like only in neutral and stuff. I don't know all of the functionality, and again, I don't have a manual, so this is going to be double hard for me. I'm probably going to have to figure out what all the safeties were and how I can bypass them so that I can get it to run. Then in time, I can figure out what these things really are and go from there. So right now, what I have found is these control wires, and I believe they all go up to the gas pedal, the throttle, the accelerator, whatever you call it. So I'll wring these out a little bit, but I think really what we're down to is when you step on the gas pedal, I need the starter solenoid to engage. So I'm probably just going to wring them out enough to know what I need to do to get the starter solenoid to engage. And then we can kind of go from there. The other part I think is gone is there was This is an air filter assembly. There needs to be a filter in there. I assume there is one, but I'll check. And then it had a hose that came over here to like an air plenum, which probably covered these electrical components. I did pressure wash that clean because it was just dirty and a mess. So cleaned it up, cleaned the wires up, so I can see what's up. And I don't know if I can get all these. I've already been on eBay and all that stuff, and I was not successful. But one step at a time. Let's see if we can get an electrical system together enough to have this thing turn over with the key and the gas pedal, and then we'll take it from there. So I'll bring you back when I have something sorted out and something to show you. Alright guys, it's been a while, a couple 3 hours of just replacing things that were burned, bad, rusty or whatever. Cleaned up battery terminal connections. The battery's clearly not going to be usable, but it's just kind of working for testing purposes for the moment. So far right now that solenoid is dead, as far as I know. I jumped across the big posts and the engine cranks. Then I thought, well, let's just see if we can get it to fire on something today. So I went looking for the ignition wire, and look at this. I don't know, I mean the coil's back in there. See it? There it is. And then we got the high tension wire, which this thing was taped way back up in there. Took me 10 minutes to get it out. And it has been hacked to a piece of just insulated wire with a that's the spark plug connector on it. I just felt the need to show that to you because it's the most hacked up piece of ignition wire I've ever seen. Like, well, maybe it ran with it. Anyway, I'm going to clean all that off of there. I think it's probably still long enough to put a new end on it properly and terminate it, but you know, some people were just born to hack, and they're the folks that shouldn't end up with stuff like this, because they really just ruin it for the next guy, or add a couple of days to getting it straightened out. The other thing, this is a control cable with half a dozen wires in it, 5 wires in it. And I was able to find the wiring diagram on the internet, so I printed it out. So this is a club car 86 to 91. This is an 88. Pretty much I have everything shown on here except maybe this oil warning light. I don't see that at this time. So the limit switches we have are right there. I don't know that they function like they should. This fuse was there. I actually thought it was kind of hacked in there, but it wasn't. It's part of the original wiring, but it was rotted. So I pulled all that out, put new connectors on it, put a new fuse in it. So I'm completing things as I see them, but I don't know that, you know, we're going to get all the way where we need to go until we get this part here done, which is in the shifter, which I don't have. I don't have the entire shifter, which would mount here, and then these control wires would connect to it, to those two limit switches. So there's a backup buzzer, you know, when you go into reverse, and I heard that thing buzz when I was flipping through some wires. But, so I'm going to work on that ignition wire and put an end and a boot on it, pull a spark plug, and see if I have one. And then we're going to see if we can get spark and see if we can get fire. Again, all I can do right now is cross the two big posts together to crank this over. So I'll do that and I'll check back with you. Alright, I got that wire cleaned up. This is the connection that I found underneath all that tape. Yes, it was just twisted. And it was a mess. Had a kind of a protective jacket. I had to get that back a little bit so I could slide on a new boot. So we'll get the boot slid on. Then I'm going to use this type of crimp connector, 90 degree. It actually adds a little bit of length to the wire instead of coming down on a straight one from the top. So 90 degree will get you a little bit of room, and I need every half an inch I can get. I pulled the spark plug out, and this is what was in it. Always run the numbers. I'm going to set that there. Maybe the camera will focus on it. There it is. RCJ. What is it? RCJ6Y. Did it fit the hole? Yep. Was it for this rig? Nope. I'd run the NGK number, and then I crossed that number to a couple others, Autolite and Champion. CJ8Y. CJ8Y as 6. I don't know if it's hotter or colder, but it's wrong. It's not going back in. I'll run down. Hopefully I can, with the 4 possible part numbers that I have, I can get one here in town today. So let me put this spark plug cable together. We'll get it all crimped on. If you don't have a set of these crimpers, I recommend it, because right there below the pivot point is where you crimp the spark plug wires. Nice set of crimpers. I've had these 40 years. Got these for my 16th birthday. Came out of my uncle also. My uncle had an auto parts store back at that time. And I have used those and used those. I don't loan them out, all that kind of jazz. I like them. Alright, let me put that plug wire together. I'm going to go downtown, see if I can get a spark plug. We'll come back. We'll see if we get spark. And we'll see if we can make it fire. If I just hear it run at the end of the day, I'd be happy. We're not going to get it to shift or anything like that. Not that I can't manipulate that cable, because I can, but we'll go from there. Okay, boys and girls, we got spark. Got to hold the foot pedal down. When you let off of it, it kills the engine, evidently. Or at least that's its configuration right now. So if you push it down, it feeds power to the ignition, and it has spark. Now I need to lean something against that pedal, because I don't have that many hands. Find a board to... Let's put some wood on it. I need a little more than that. Alright, hang on, I gotta find something or make something that'll hold the accelerator down. Alright, I did find something to hold the accelerator down. Then I remembered, I haven't even checked the oil yet. Before we get crazy, let's do this. On the other side. It's always so hard to break them loose. They've been sitting too long. Nice and hard. Thing never been out before. It's so stiff. Wow. Not good news when it's too full. Yeah. We're gonna have to change this oil. I have the back end jacked up a little bit, I didn't realize, but it's actually running out the dipstick hole, so it's a little full. Well, I wouldn't say running out, dripping out. So it is not horribly overfull. Again, I have it jacked up. I didn't like the fact that there was surface rust on the dipstick though. It doesn't smell bad. There's no gas in it. Alright, we're going to run it a little. We won't run it very long. I thought it was way over full, but I don't believe it is. It is, however, a stiff dipstick. Okay. Tempted to put a little gas in it, but let's see what happens. Take it little step. Alright, got the foot pedal down. Let's take this out. Got the spark, screwdriver. Get a little of that. See what happens. Let me turn my battery charger back up. 250. Yeah. She runs. All right. I'm gonna put some gas in it. All right, I put a half gallon or so in it. Should be enough to do the back 9, shouldn't it? All right. Screwdriver. Starting fluid. Hopefully enough here to get it to draw fuel on its own. Turn the battery charger up. Popping, no idle circuit. Oh, I was killing the ignition. That's what I was doing. Gotcha. And maybe no idle circuit. Wow, that's cool. Engine sounds good. I'm thinking. It's drawing fuel on its own. Let's go for start again. Alright. Well, a success. It's got to be a success because it runs. And it sounds good. Now we just got a lot of other stuff to sort out. And I just don't always know exactly what all that stuff is. This is all new territory for me, so kind of take it a step at a time. But hey, that's what I wanted to hear. Sounds pretty good. It's got a homemade exhaust on it. Not too noisy, but it's pretty crooked. But everything's fixable. I'm gonna have to figure out how these things are supposed to run. And again, it doesn't seem like it's got an idle circuit, but then again, when you let off the gas, it's killing the ignition. So, I don't know. Let me find out. Okay, gang, I'll get back to you. But this is a success. Alright, I disconnected the governor so I could basically floor the gas pedal without it revving to the moon. And it needs work anyway. I ran the idle up so it would run on its own, and then, you know, we'll kind of assess the carburetor. We had to back the idle mixture screw out quite a bit. Evidently we're in gear. It's running good. See if we can adjust the carburetor a little bit. It's starting to warm up. Left-handed, that'll be a trick. We'll run it in until you hear the engine labor, back it out till it quits, and a quarter turn. That's called a lean draw method. Been doing that since I was 15 years old. Sounds pretty good. If we drop the idle down more than that, which we will, we'll need to set that again. But I still got my spark checker on it. It's all right. Wow, runs good. This thing has a lot of issues related to the governor. The governor spring has been trashed, and then of course all this wiring, safety interlock stuff is all goofed up. It takes some thought on my part how I'm going to straighten that up, and if I can find this forward and reverse lever. So no wheel spin over here. I'm looking to see if it's in gear or not. This one's spinning. Open diff. Alright, it's awesome. Probably getting onto some better fuel. Let's bring the idle down a little more. Left-handed. Wow. That's a sweetheart, isn't it? Nice and quiet. Not smoking. Smooth. And it runs good. What's up with that? See if it'll rev. Wonder if the ignition key will turn it off. Didn't think so. Gas pedal will. All right. Well, guys, this is going to end the Will It Run video. The Barn Find 1988 club car. It lives. It lives. That's a major deal. That's what I was hoping to accomplish today. Beyond that, I have a lot of research and thinking to do about how to get parts, governor spring, the forward reverse lever thing, and some studying to put all that stuff back together. We could find that other airbox piece, that'd be nice, but it's probably not absolutely necessary. But she runs. So, you know what I'm going to do? Go buy those tires, wheels, and hubcaps for it. That'd be cool. Might do that tomorrow. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the comments. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Visit my playlist and watch some other videos. That'd be awesome. That'd help me out a lot. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Absolutely free to hit the thumbs up, and it helps me. That's how I get paid. All right, guys. I appreciate you coming around and working on barn finds today. And stay tuned for more episodes on this club car golf cart. All right, this is my Barn Find 1988 club car, golf cart. And spent the day getting it running, sorting out a whole bunch of garbage. See if she'll restart. Maybe. Oh, my battery charger went off. Try again. Nice and quiet. This 8.5 horsepower Kawasaki engine is what these things were born with, from early 80s till 92 or 3 or something. Had that motor. Nice, quiet, and smooth. This thing still needs a lot of work. The wiring is a total mess. I've had to straighten out almost everything today, and I have some more sorting to do, but it's going to be awesome.